Well, blessed Monday as we come to you with your daily encouragement. And we've been talking about how we're to begin our day. And for many of you, I know because of when you log in, it is in the morning, but it might be any time of the day. But I will also say that these are difficult passages for me because I'm typically not a morning person. I have forced myself into it because of the job I have. But these are things that are kind of interesting, I find, and I find myself being at times burdened to try to find fulfillment in some of these things. But on the middle of page 43, Dietrich says, for Christians, the beginning of the day should not be a burden or oppressed with besetting concerns for the day's work. At the threshold of the new day stands the Lord who made it, and all the darkness and distraction of the dreams of the night retreat before the clear light of Jesus Christ and his wakening word. All unrest, all impurity, all care and anxiety flee before him. Therefore, at the beginning of the day, let all distraction and empty talk be silenced, and let the first thought and the first word belong to him to whom our whole life belongs. Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. Ephesians 5:14. Do we do this? Probably not. Should we do this? Absolutely. Now I say, do we do this? I'm assuming from my standpoint as a non-morning person, but maybe you do, and I would say, God bless you. I'm so excited that you can do this. I pray one day that I will find myself in that number of doing that. As I've said, as I get older, and I've noticed this with other people, those of us who once were nighttime people are starting to become morning people more and more and more. I think it is just a general thing of age to start to go to bed early and to rise early in your time together. However you find yourself, it is a reminder that it is the Lord that greets us. And what is that a symbol of? It's simply a symbol of this. It is the Lord who is supposed to greet us when we rise again from the dead. It is the Lord who will speak to us as he spoke to Lazarus long ago when he said, Lazarus, come forth. And of course, what does the world say? Lord, don't do that. He stinketh. And a lot of us, if we wake during the morning, we would say the world would say the same things. Of course, we get ourselves ready in many different ways. But it is the Lord that wakens us, and is the Lord that should be the first thing on our minds, because we have been permitted, if we are still living in our everyday life, another day to be, as we like to say, my grandpa would love to say this, on the right side of the sod. I've heard this from other parishioners too. We joke about it every so often. But it is a reminder that when we do go into the ground, in whatever form we find ourselves, we praise and believe and trust that we will awaken on the right side of the sod and we will be resurrected. We will live again. I was just previewing a discipleship movie, a Bible study on Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and they were showing the place where he gave his last life. He was found in a crematorium, along with the place where many other Jews had been also cremated during the Holocaust. He was only one day from liberation in our earthly sense, liberation from the Allied forces who had finally come to Flossenburg prison. And some have lamented that if they had come one day earlier, one day this, we don't know exactly. We knew that a lot of high prize prisoners were put in a kangaroo court and then were sacrificed very quickly. And yes, we can lament of the tragedy of war, the tragedy of all the things that Mr. Bonhoeffer could have contributed, but we are thankful for the things that he was able to contribute. But one thing we are going to be thankful for is that our lives will be resurrected. Our lives will be greeted by the Lord. It was the thing that He hoped for, and it is the calling to us for us to have that same hope. To not fear the things that will take this life. In fact, Jesus says in Scripture, fear not the one who takes your life, fear the one who takes your soul and life. Because once we realize that, we should not have any fear at all. It is just a gateway to something more glorious, a new day, even greater than today. God bless you. We trust that these continue to be words of encouragement. Take care. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.